Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to do something fun that I've never done before. We are going to plant some garlic. I'm so excited to be trying this, and it's late for us to be able to plant, but because it's been so warm, we still are able to. So we are going to take advantage of that. Beck and I are going to go out right now and we're going to find a spot to put it where it will not be in the way of the snowplow or Christmas tree people or anything like that. And we are going to find a spot, till it up, and hopefully get this garlic planted today. So garlic you plant in our area, at least you plant it in the fall, and then in the spring you continue letting it grow and it'll get sprouts and all that kind of stuff, and you harvest it, I believe, mid to end July. And so I need to find a spot that will not interfere with pumpkins or sunflowers or whatever it is we're growing, and will not be in the way of the snowplow and all of that. So I am really struggling to find a spot that is like okay to plant this. So this is the fence that we put up this summer, and I'm wondering if right here would be good, kind of where I'm standing. And then like on this side of the stump, just plant like a couple of rows of it here. We'd have to take down this fence because we were grazing cows in here, but that might just be a good spot. One thing I didn't even think of, which I'm gonna go up and do right now, is count and see how many garlic cloves I have. Because if I have a ton of cloves, that might not work, but if I don't have a lot, then it might work. And today is October 17th. I am still harvesting tomatoes, and these guys have not been watered in a very long time, but they are still growing and ripening. You can see up towards the top they got frostbitten, but the lower ones are looking pretty good. Either that or I got a disease, which I could be too. I don't know. I'm just enjoying the fruits, literally, of my labor. Another spot that might work is right here, but I have some allium that's planted here that grows in the spring, and so that might cause some issues because of that. So I don't think I want to plant it in this area. So we have 29 of the German extra hardy, I think is what it was called, and then 13 back?
Yes.
Of the other kind. I don't remember what it was. I ordered 2 different varieties, so we have 42 cloves of garlic. So I would like to use ground cover, believe it or not, to do this, but we need to till first. That is the most important part because we're using raw ground. This is what I'm thinking. If we go from like over there to kind of right where we're standing and do this row. What do you think of that?
It works.
All right, let's get the tiller and get started. I'll get this fence down. So we have a row that's about 15 feet wide and about 2.5 feet wide. So this is my plan. Okay, this is fertile, never grown in the past many years soil, and so this is going to be some of the best soil on our property, sadly, but it is what it is. And so even though we have sandy soil, this has a good amount of topsoil and organic matter mixed in. So I'm not overly concerned about not having enough nutrients here. Pumpkins would absolutely love this. This is why we are continuing to expand our pumpkin patch further this way, is because they love fresh, never grown in soil. Anyways, so I've never grown garlic before. I'm not an expert. I strongly recommend you do not do this because I don't know if it's gonna work. But my plan is that I'm gonna go find some ground cover and lay down on this stretch right here, staple it down really well. I'm gonna plant my garlic in the holes. I'm gonna use holes that are closely burned together. It says in the directions about 6 to 9 inches apart. And so I'm gonna use some of the ground cover that I am currently using, probably for the gourds. Not 100% positive, but we'll see when I find it. And plant them in 2, possibly 3 rows right here. Then I'm gonna take and put compost on top, like an inch of it, and then get that ground cover stapled down really well, and then I will put some straw on top of that. I do have some customer pickups for chicken tonight and honey. So I'm racing against the sun and the clock with customers coming. But I'm gonna try to get as much possible now done before they get here. So over the night I did some reading and I saw that it was recommended to fertilize the garlic because they are really heavy feeders. I think that they would do okay, but I have fertilizer. I'm using Espoma Organics Biotone, I believe is what it's called, or Plant Tone, one of them. I know I'm gonna have people ask. It is in a Miracle-Gro organic container. I like reusing this because it has an easy to dispense top. And so I put my Espoma in here, you can see that, because that makes it so much easier than carrying a big bag around. So I really like this container. I wish Espoma would make some containers like this. Anyways, I was able to get all the garlic planted and fertilized. I'm gonna go get some compost from my compost pile just right over there, put on top, and then mark. I need to get a marker and some tags so I know which varieties are which. I did smaller cloves of Romanian red, and then I have jumbo cloves of the German extra hardy. So those are all German extra hardy, and these ones here are all the Romanian red. And both those varieties are supposed to be really good for areas that get really cold like ours, and they're supposed to be really easy to grow. I got all the compost put on. Now I got some straw and I got some plant markers. I can't find my paint marker, so I'm not expecting this to actually stay, but I have video footage so that then that way I know. I had 13 cloves of the small culinary size of Romanian red, and so I'm gonna take and put this there, and then the next one is German hardneck, German extra hardy. Right, so that one is gonna go right here. I need to put compost on these two yet. I just put that there so that I would know that this is where that was left off. But I have, I don't even remember how many. It was like 30 some of the German extra hardy and then 13 of the Romanian red. And then next is the straw. This is the part, believe it or not, that makes me the most nervous because I'm worried that that'll attract critters. Chipmunks, squirrels, mice. But this is what people do, so it has to work for them, right? So I'm gonna put straw down and then we are done. And just like that, our very first garlic patch is done. I'm really hoping this pays off. I'm so excited to try something new and try this. Planting crops in the fall, especially when you're pumpkin patch and Christmas tree farm, is kind of challenging because we're kind of just tired and we don't exactly want to do this kind of stuff. But next summer, this is really going to pay off, and I'll be really glad that I took the time to do it. That is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.